This video is going to be about traveling from Bangkok to outside of the country, to other Southeast Asia countries, to Asia in general, or Asia Pac in general, and why I believe that living in the Hua Hin to Bangkok area is one of the best places to live in Asia, partly because of the benefits you get out of having access to the Bangkok airport. So not only is Thailand central, Bangkok's fairly central, but Bangkok has two different airports and a lot of direct flights to all these different wonderful countries and at a very reasonable price. So to give you a little bit of background is I lived in Makati, Philippines for about 18 out of 24 months. I was doing business there as well as representing a company for the Asia Pacific region. And I flew so much that I never had to ever pay to have my visa extended, because every time I flew out, flew back, I'd get another 30-day stamp. And then I also moved to Hua Hin, where I had property, and spent a little time in Bangkok as well. I did the same thing. I flew all over the whole Asia Pac region. I lived in Hua Hin for about 20 out of 24 months, and I never had to do a border run. I never paid for an extension. And I always got my passport stamped every time I flew back in. So there is no limit to flying into the country. You can do that 20 times, you could do it 50 times within a year, and you're going to continually get that 30-day stamp, as opposed to if you flew there and then you wanted to do a border run, you can only do that, I think, once or twice, and then you have to leave, and they're not going to renew it unless you were to fly out and fly back in. But one of the great things about Bangkok is it's central, tons of direct flights, and you can stay there over and over and over because you get your passport stamped. So I'm going to give you an example of some flights so that when you plan, whether you're planning a vacation to Asia and you're going to make Thailand as one of your stops, or let's say you want to go on an exploratory trip to Asia, why I think Bangkok really should be the central place for you to the Hua Hin area, or if you're going to do an exploratory trip. So I'm going to go through some examples of how cheap some of these flights are. And they are, I'm going to say, cheaper to fly from Bangkok all around Asia, probably than any other major city in the whole Asia Pacific area. And it's also livable. There may be another city, maybe the flights are cheaper, but it's probably a location that you may not want to live in. So let's look at the cost of some of these flights and what's available if you're living in this area. So the first one is Bangkok to Phnom Penh, Cambodia. So if you are in the Hua Hin area, you can take a bus, you can take a taxi. The maximum price is probably going to be somewhere around $60 from Hua Hin to the Bangkok airport. And you can get a round trip flight for about $98. You can probably get it $90 if you want to plan like 7 to 10 days out. $90 round trip is probably going to be about the cheapest you're going to get. But you could pretty much wake up almost any day and decide, I think I'm going to go to Phnom Penh, Cambodia next week, or at that day, literally. So you could wake up at 8 a.m. and think, well, I think I'm going to go to Cambodia today. And if you did that, you're looking probably at a maximum price round trip around $140. And then on Expedia, you can get a 4-star hotel, according to Expedia, for $20. Now, I'm not suggesting that you'd want to stay there for $20, but that is listed as a 4-star hotel. And I'd recommend trying to find a hotel that's really more of the around the $40 a night range plus, and you're going to be very happy with what you get, the quality. And for $98 plus 3 nights at, let's say, $100 for 3 nights of hotel, you're looking at a trip that's going to cost you $250. You're going to get your visa extended for another 30 days, and you're going to have an adventure doing it. Another example of a great place to visit, fairly inexpensive to fly from Bangkok, is Singapore. So this is on the high end. I don't know why the prices have gone up recently, but I've flown from Bangkok round trip to Singapore for about $110 in the past. So this may be a seasonal thing. Right now it's $275. And you can pretty much wake up any day you want, decide that you want to go to Singapore, and it's a round trip of $291. And in Singapore, it's the only city where I looked at Expedia for 3-star hotels, just because I was trying to look at what cities from Bangkok can you get a round trip flight for $300 or less, and then also get a 4-star hotel for a fairly decent price. Now, the 4 stars in Singapore are a little bit more expensive. So I did the 3 stars, and the 3-star hotel in Singapore is $55. Now, a 3-star hotel in Singapore is probably like as good or better than a 4-star in Phnom Penh or Hanoi or Ho Chi Minh. And so, but for $55, for $400, basically, $500, you can take a 2-3 night trip to Singapore. And again, get your stamp on your passport renewed for another 30 days and have another month to have a blast in Thailand. Another great place to visit is from Bangkok to Ho Chi Minh. And this is also known as Saigon. This is Ho Chi Minh is part of, is in Vietnam. And it's an awesome place to visit. I'd recommend going to Saigon, going to the walking street area. The nightlife is incredible. And you can get a round trip ticket from Bangkok to Ho Chi Minh for $96 US. That's a round trip. You can pretty much wake up almost any day you want and decide you want to go to Vietnam, and you're looking at around $130 or less. And in Ho Chi Minh, you can get a 4-star Expedia rating hotel for $18. Again, you're probably going to want to look at some place that's really more like $40, $45, where you could probably get it close to like the walking street, the party area, and have 3, 4, 5 nights there, go back to Bangkok and get that 30-day extension. Another awesome place, and I went to this city a number of times, is Bangkok to Hanoi, Vietnam. And I've gotten cheaper flights than this. So again, this may be kind of a seasonal thing, but you can see here on Expedia, round trip, $159 if you just give yourself a couple days to plan in advance to select the cheaper tickets. But you can pretty much wake up any day you want and fly round trip for under $200. And you're looking at a 4-star Expedia hotel for $20. So for 3 nights from Bangkok to Hanoi, you're looking at $160 plus maybe $150 max for hotels and some expenses. So another great adventure for a really low price. Now, Manila is pretty far away, but there are direct flights there. You can go visit Philippines from Bangkok for a round trip of around $293. Again, I've paid less at times for this, but you can wake up any day you want, and the price is around $335. And I looked at hotels in Makati. So if you want to just stay in Manila area in general, you can go, pretty much as cheap as you want. But Makati is the financial district. It's kind of central. It's easy to get to from the airport, and it's really safe. So it's going to be, we're going to find probably 90%, 80% of the foreigners in Manila in this area. And it's really high end, some great malls, some great restaurants, high tech. It's a pretty cool area. And so for like $40, you can get a 4-star hotel, according to Expedia. So again, for like $450, $500, you can go from Bangkok to Manila and have a great time. Another awesome trip is from Bangkok to Hong Kong. So direct flights. And on AirAsia, this is pretty much, well, I guess there's a couple of airlines that you can fly to Hong Kong on direct. But you can wake up pretty much any day and it's like $222. And that's round trip. So you're looking at $111 per, I can't even fly from Los Angeles to Las Vegas for that. So to be able to go fly to Hong Kong and to be able to get a 4-star hotel for $52, for $400 or $500, you can have just an awesome trip to Hong Kong and back. Another place that is a great place to visit, super cheap from Bangkok, is Bangkok to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. And as you can see here, round trip flights, if you allow yourself a couple days or a week to plan, round trip $141, and you can pretty much wake up any day you want, decide, I think I'll go to Kuala Lumpur, and you can get a round trip ticket for under $200, and you can get a 4-star hotel for $20. And again, recommending, that you go for the $40 plus, just so you're staying in a, really nice, safe area. These are boutique hotels. These are not going to be hotels that are, your Marriott and your Sheraton. But boutique hotels throughout Asia are incredibly nice, great food, and you can get some great deals in great locations. Some other sort of great cities where it's a little bit more, it's over $300. I didn't meet my criteria. But I've been to Jakarta. I've probably been to Jakarta, I'm going to guess 10 to 15 times. And Jakarta is like a massive city. It's incredible. I love Indonesia. For some reason, Indonesia is not on the list of a lot of people in terms of vacationing, but it is awesome. And $344 round trip. Tokyo, $350 round trip to Tokyo. Tokyo is one of my most favorite cities on the planet, and you got to go there at least once. It is like, if you've seen that movie Lost in Translation, that's exactly how I felt every time I'm going there, except for being, a famous actor. But it is quite an experience. And Bali. So Bali, you can get a round trip ticket from Bangkok area to Bali for around $336. And Bali, again, if you want to live, like, I recommend going to Kuta Beach. I've stayed in Nusa Dua a couple times. I've stayed in Kuta Beach and Ubud probably 4 or 5 times. Highly recommend staying in Kuta Beach. Nusa Dua was like, I actually got a bunch of free rooms the last time I was there. I used points, and I ended up leaving because it was so nice that I thought, like, I might as well just be in Newport Beach, California. It was like I didn't even leave California. So I went back to the Kuta Beach area where the nightlife's great, and it's really more backpackers. You can rent a motorcycle, rent a scooter, and drive to the beach in 3 or 4 minutes, and great bars and a lot of fun. So all these areas are like awesome. Now, again, like flying from Bangkok to Bali for $336, like if you did a flight from Los Angeles to Bali, or Los Angeles to Chiang Mai or Phuket or some of these cities, it may actually be more expensive to fly from Los Angeles to one of these cities than it would be to fly from Los Angeles to Bangkok, and then from Bangkok to go to like Hanoi or Ho Chi Minh or Phnom Penh, and then back to Bangkok. It's probably about the same price. But if you go to Bangkok, like if you're going to do a vacation in Asia, that's why I say, like, even if you're going to vacation in Asia, going to Bangkok, you're going to get one of the cheapest prices to get there. Then once you're there, you're going to get great prices, if not the cheapest prices, and the best direct flights centrally to go to Cambodia, Vietnam, Hong Kong, Tokyo. And so all these wonderful benefits. And then if you're going to retire there and you have a little extra money, then you're going to be able to do all these great, like, road trips in Thailand. There's certainly no shortage of things to see. But at some point in time, you may want to, pick up and, go visit Cambodia, go visit Vietnam, and see some other places. And having direct flights that are really cheap is just like a tremendous benefit. And just trust me, when I lived there, it was just, awesome. That was a great part of living in the Hua Hin area, and the Bangkok area, is having this available. So just wanted to give you, more ideas on how you can get the best price to fly around Asia, to explore it, or if you're going to like retire there, give you another reason as to why this is like a great location because of accessibility and direct flights and prices. Another great thing about Hua Hin is that there is an immigration office in Hua Hin. So if you were to go to Hua Hin for your 30 days, let's say you have a US passport and you get a 30-day stamp, and it's like the 25th, 26th, 27th day, then, and you decide that you want to stay. Well, one of the options is you can pay, I think it's like 2,000 baht. There's an immigration office that is pretty close to the Hua Hin town, and you don't need to make an appointment. You just drive over there, you take a number, you wait outside, or you can sit inside. They'll typically have some music playing, some Thai music playing. When I was there with a friend, they have that. I think I had to wait at the time probably about 20 to 30 minutes, and then my friend was able to go get, paid his 2,000 baht. He needed to tell him what residence he was staying at. I think it required a Thai person to actually be sort of the witness, or I don't remember the details of that. But I am going to do another video specifically on the Hua Hin immigration office. So I'll research the details on that, because I plan on using it myself, most likely for my next trip, just because it was just super easy for my friend to get it extended. So, think about this next time you're going to go to Asia. Go to Bangkok, go to Hua Hin. You can also fly from Hua Hin to Chiang Mai, and I'm going to do a video on that as well. There is a small airport in Hua Hin that a lot of people that are just visiting, going to vacation there, don't realize. And so rather than going all the way to Bangkok and flying to Chiang Mai, you can actually get a round trip super cheap, a couple thousand baht. I think you can get it as low as probably under $60 for a round trip to fly from Hua Hin Airport to Chiang Mai, and a round trip. And I believe it's AirAsia that flies that. But again, I'm going to research it. I'll do a video on it. And hopefully this has been helpful and helps you think about another reason why you might want to retire there, or why you might want to make Hua Hin, Bangkok sort of the central part of a vacation, to be able to fly around and visit other countries.